So almost a decade ago, a few minutes prior to what would be our last show ever, they informed us that from that day on, our music, my music, and my old band would be considered illegal and outlaws, and for a variety of different reasons, we would no longer be able to perform. And even during that show, which was our final show, they cut my mic off. So we had to play the entire set instrumental, which is deprecating because a ton of the weight of our music rests, very simply put, on the vocals. As you can imagine, this was a shock. It wasn't unexpected because I'm from a country that still to this day has an unknown relationship with arts, expressive arts, and specifically performing arts and music. I knew it was a matter of, it was not a matter of if, it was mostly a matter of when. And I always thought it would be probably after a show, maybe a couple of weeks after a big show that we had. I never thought it would be like 10 minutes before we had the cue to go on stage. And they asked me specifically to make sure that I control the audience in a way that nothing bad happens, because it could have led to a lot of problems. This is not really at all about politics and about what happened in the past, but this is an important context to the story of this video, because after almost a decade, a couple of weeks ago, I finally played that show that I was denied all those years ago in my country. I played that show in France. Not only that, we also released the new album as well with it. And this video is going to give you, hopefully, a comprehensive chronology of what happened all the way since then to today. So with context out of the way, you can imagine, after that thing happened, I would go to everywhere you can think of in my old country to try and talk to people and explain that I think they're making a mistake, because we never did anything outside of the legal bounds. Everything we did was completely under the supervision of the then Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Arts, and I begged essentially for them to let us do what the only thing I knew at the time how to do. That was like the only thing. And by taking all of it away from us, and by taking all of it away from the band and everything, as you can imagine, the whole situation like fell apart very rapidly, because while we wanted to try and maintain a semblance of relationship with the system, with the culture, with our audience, if you're not able to sing, if you're not able to play music, you are essentially a nobody. And not to mention the fact that that show I spoke to you about was like a couple of months away from the release party of my then third French album, Identity, which I had spent a ton of resources and obviously money on, and a lot of creative juice was used for that project. So needless to say, that was also cancelled, and thus began a spiraling like circle of sadness and of depression and of what would become the impetus for me to realize that I am no longer welcome. I'm essentially unwelcome in my old home. Like, all of the conversations led into a direction that the people who were essentially outlawing me or banning me would tell me, I think it's best if you practice your music elsewhere or change lanes and try to do something else with your life. It's like saying, hey, songbird, go in this cage and sing for yourself. If we hear you singing, we're probably going to like stop feeding you. Something like that, like a metaphor of that nature. And so I promised myself that after everything that happened, and once I find a semblance of stability and of hope, I would play that show probably in a different place and for different people, and I would tell my story to them. I was able to keep that promise all these years later in 2025, and we were able to play a kick-ass show with a magnificent audience and my band. I'm not, oh my God, if I want to talk about the band, I can speak for like 3 hours. These people, Vic, Alexandre, Amadeus, and of course my old buddy Cheyenne, we poured our souls and hearts into that performance. It was unbelievable. And there were moments in the whole process that I was doubting the results. I thought that it would not gonna be, it's not going to be anything remotely close to what I was hoping for, because like a week prior to show date, we had like 30 tickets sold.
It is 7 a.m. And in the next 12 to 14 hours, I won't get a moment of rest. Well, that's a lie. I technically do have some periods in between, but I'm at work. I don't know if resting at work is considered rest. But today's the show day. Everything that I've done for the past year, I think, has been about today. Well, tonight. For now, I should have a little bit of breakfast, go to university, be horrible to students because that's the exam season, and the expectation is that we want to help them, and I really do want to help them. I have 6 hours of non-stop classes, and then I gotta go to the venue to do the sound check and prepare for the show. The first 2 classes of the day are finished. Been speaking for like 4 hours non-stop. Now I have to take a quick lunch break, check my emails because I'm assuming I have a ton. And there's one more class that hopefully should end. I'll try to end it a little early so I can go home, take a little bit of rest, and see what happens. For the venue. And magically, the last week, the whole place was almost packed. And this miracle really took place in order to help me heal, to help me feel that I am worth, that my art life, that my life as an artist has not been in vain, and I wasn't wasting my time. Something that a lot of people told me back in the old days, that we think you're wasting your time, you should do something else with your life. Well, in a way, I am doing something else with my life. My profession, the thing that wakes me up in the morning and I want to go do things for it, is not music. But music is making even that part of my life more colorful, more hopeful, and dare I say, happier. Now let's talk about the projects, and let's talk about what that show actually was, because, and I kept this from my band even right until we were about to go to stage, that what we're about to do, I wish I had filmed it. I told them that what we're about to do in a few minutes with these people like screaming and waiting for us, it's not just a show for me, it's like the last part of a series of very, very traumatizing yet helpful therapy. You guys are not my bandmates only and my friends, you are my therapists. You are helping me close this chapter out with a bang. And I've told them the same thing multiple times, and to myself, that if that show that we played was the last show that I would ever play in my life, I would still be happy, because it was so fulfilling, it was so therapeutic and serendipitous and like just awesome all around, that I did not feel like anything was missing. It was incredible. The energy was awesome. The audience responded to the music they had never heard before. And I needed to keep reminding myself that when you move to a different country, when you move to a different time zone, to a different culture, you are essentially no one. It is what 2 minutes before? Come on in. It's like 2 minutes before.
1 minute.
It's a minute before we go to the show. We're backstage. Alexander is here. Amadeus is here. Cheyenne is here. Vic is here.
Yes.
We can hear people as well.
People came.
And if you are watching this video right now, we're gonna see you in like 2 minutes. And if you're watching this video in the future, we will miss you. And I hope you miss us too.
Let's go.
Let's do this. The German phrase, ich bin kein Mann, as in like I am nobody here. And that's awesome, because I get the chance to reinvent myself, which was probably the most important reason I decided to move, or essentially I was indirectly forced to move. That's the only reason we do things, because you want to be better the day after, you want to be better a week after. And it was awesome. You have no idea how good I was feeling after the show. Thank a few people that made this night unbelievably special. First, I think, which is the most important thing, the people at the amazing venue of La Maison Bleue, Noe, Arno, thank you guys, we love you so much. Give it up for La Maison Bleue! After that, the fact that you were able to see us and hear us. So give it up for Louise on the sound table then. And the amazing Mr. Marvin on the lights. My name is Mehran. Thank you so much for coming to the show. In a couple moments to introduce the band. I'm gonna go from like left to right. We got the beautifully, amazingly talented Alexander on the electric guitar. My partner in crime, the guy who's always been here through thick and thin with me, on bass, Mr. Victor. Behind us, the heart of this band, honestly, he's like a robot. He's so good. On drums, Mr. Amadeus. nobody from 1,000 years ago, Mr. Cheyenne! And the most important, I guess, group of people that we need to thank with all our hearts is you. Thank you so much for that. I didn't make a ton of videos since then because I don't know if you can see behind me, but my whole place is packed. But that's a story for a different time, and I was busy with a bunch of other things. And today I told myself, I think it's the time that I finally told the story of this amazing show. And so finally, what is next? What's happening? And we did the CD. We published this. This is finally released. The first thing is that, like I said, I kind of looked at this CD as the last thing I needed to do to close out a very tough chapter of my life, probably the most bitter and maybe even bittersweet chapter of my life, hands down. The amount of things that happened in a way that made my character, and as well as giving me a ton of gray hair, just insane. But that chapter is finished. When we said good night, the moment in the show that I said thank you and good night. Thank you and good night. That was the moment that for me, it was over. That book reached its end chapter, the epilogue was finished, we close it and we say goodbyes. But obviously, if you know anything about me, or if you know anything about pretty much anyone with ambition, you know that the moment you get to what you want or where you want to be, you kind of want more, right? And again, just like my entire place right now, that's a story for another time, but I'm just very happy that I was able to share the stage with some amazing musicians, to finally tell my story, and to, more importantly, have my story heard, because I think a lot of what we do in our lives needs people to be around us, to tell us, hey, you did it. Good job, cool. I'm not saying that I was seeking validation from others, but music in nature, arts by design, are something that you share. You can't keep it in yourself. It's going to find a way to escape. But as ironic as it may sound, if you keep a songbird caged for too long, probably he's going to bite the prison off, like the prison walls off, and fly. And that's what we did. That's what I did. So as for what's next, well, I have a few really amazing and interesting plans, which we will talk about in the future videos. I have a couple of last minute favors or requests to ask. One, if you could please listen to the new album. It's available on all of the digital platforms. The album is called Sans Retour, which in French means without return. And it's an album that has 9 songs, 8 French songs and 1 English. And all of them deal with the concept that whatever happens in our lives, tomorrow is going to arrive. That's the hope. That's the message of this album. The album has always been about hope and about not giving up, even if you're on a one-way trip. Even if you know that when you say your goodbyes to your friends, to your family, to your life, to your house, to your bed after 30 years, it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. As long as you realize that ultimately the future is not predetermined for you. If you prepare yourself for that moment, when that moment comes, you're going to make it into your future. And by listening to this album, you will help us a lot. And this is not about, it has nothing to do with money. This is just a fact that I love it when I receive messages from people that, hey, we like this song, or oh, I really like this song, I hope you play it in your next show, as if there's going to be a next show, right? Or we need to, like, even from the band, hey, in the next show, let's play this song like this, let's play it heavier, lighter, whatever. This gives us meaning. This gives us purpose outside of our usual 9 to 5, where you wake up, do the business that you have to do, the work side of things, which I'm super lucky that my job is something I absolutely adore. Like teaching and helping people and helping them improve in languages is awesome. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, if you're just a teacher, probably you're not going to have a super fulfilling life. My opinion, I don't know. And the second favor is I'm going to invest a lot more time and energy on the YouTube side of things, because I want to reach a broader audience now that that chapter of my life is finished and I don't feel suffocated or suffocating. Now I want to do a lot more. Now, in order to do that, I need your help. So it would be super cool if you could do the YouTube thing. Other than that, I once again thank my entire band, the crew, everybody. You've been amazing. For the past year, I owe you everything, and I wish I could show it to you more than just by telling you. But hopefully you know how much you mean to me, and hopefully you know how much a part of this project you are, as I am. Yes, I wrote the songs, but there were just a bunch of noises on a piece of paper and on a computer program. You gave it life. I made the statue. You cast life into it. So, with that in mind, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following my journey. This video marks the ending of a long chapter of my life. And from the next video, things are going to be hopefully a lot more better and a lot more different. It's going to be the same old me though. I'm not going to suddenly become somebody else. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay sane wherever you are, whenever you are. If you have time, please listen to the album. We've poured a lot of soul into this. These people are amazing, and I will be seeing you very soon. Take care and peace. Big. Tell us what's happening today.
So
what are we doing?
We are going to a rehearsal. It's impressive. I never imagined that we would go.
What day are we? We're on a Thursday.
There on a Thursday, the 3rd.
Yes, and last Friday
It was our concert.
it was a big show.
It was really cool. And now we are back to the studio.
Because music never sleeps, and so
Neither do us.
neither do we. Yeah.
It will be cool.
I feel very positive about this show.
I feel very positive and I feel impressive. I didn't expect to be back to the studio so fast. So that means that's very exciting.
Yeah, I feel partially responsible for pushing you guys into this, but
You are
it's
not
too late.
pushing us.
You are infected now with my disease, which sounds wrong. What I'm talking about, like the creativity and the thing. Are we gonna be late? We have.
No, we are not gonna be late.
We have time. We have time.
Yeah, we have 12 minutes.
All right, to the studio.
Let's go.